Hello, race fans, and welcome for the final time this season to the NASCAR East Coast Racing League. It's been season 4 of the playoffs. It is time for the championship round here on Rice Motorsports TV. And boy, this is the moment you've all been waiting for, and time to crown a champion in their season 4 truck series. And well, I tell you, these guys have been duking it out all season long, and now it's time to crown a champion. And just congratulations to all the competitors for fighting all season long, and the ones who made it to the championship round. Good luck to everyone. And of course, we want to take a moment to give a shout out to our sponsor, Sonic Graphic Design, and thank you for all the great paints, truck paints, car paints, any kind of paint. You know, he's the guy you want to get to do it there. Sonic Graphic Design. And let's take a look at the entire playoffs season here. And I tell you, we started with 16, and Nathan Cogdell, he won the very first race, Chicagoland at Daytona. Jesse Calloway took the victory, followed by Ross Phillips. So that closed out the round of 16. He got the win there at Las Vegas. And then Brett Summers, boy, I tell you, he really got fired up in the round of 8. Winning both Michigan and oh man, I have a brain fart here. Homestead, yeah. And then Ross Phillips, he broke up that win streak with the win there in Darlington. And so now here we are down to the championship 5, and time to decide or find out who's going to be the winner here in this season 4 of their truck series. Well, I tell you, it's been an exciting series to watch all season long, and I tell you, can't wait to get going. And folks watching on, if you go to the YouTube channel in the community section, there's live voting still up right now. I mean, it'll be up all race long. Vote for your favorite driver, and just cheer him on all the way through the racing and everything. And so yeah, we'll see what's going to be happening here. We can look like we've got about I think we have just a few minutes before they go to qualifying. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break here, and we'll be right back here from our sponsor. Hey, you're watching the NASCAR East Coast Racing League Season 4 Playoffs, the championship round, here on Rice Motorsports TV.
North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this 0.625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes all around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Okay, folks, we're back, and the old clock on the wall says it is time to go qualifying. I believe the server is just about ready to roll over here. Actually, I'll take that back. We're looking at my clock here. I'm looking. It looked like they had 57 minutes of an hour of practice, so we actually do have time. And let's go see if we can grab some of the guys down on the track there. Let's see somebody who's in the pits. I'm going to see if I can find them first of all in the chat here. Let's see, because I think a lot of folks are ready to just they're just chilling out before the race starts. Now there's Ross right there. We'll bring him up here real quick. Hey Ross, Tony in the chat here. You got a copy?
Howdy, Tony. What's up, buddy?
Hey man, I tell you, we've finally gotten to this final round here, man, and I tell you, it's time to get the rocking and rolling here, man. I tell you, it's been a heck of a season for you, man. And how you feeling about tonight?
Pretty darn good. You know, it's this is one of my better tracks. Earlier in the season, we ran this, and I probably should have won it, but I made one little mistake and got run over from behind a little bit from somebody. We won't get into that too much, but yeah.
Yeah,
so
I tell you,
we're looking forward to it. I mean, the top 5 fast bunch of guys, so.
Absolutely, man, and you know, not a large field, so it's going to be a straight up dogfight for sure. And you know, of course, the beauty of this race, it's like it's pretty simple. Whoever crosses the finish line first wins with the championship and stuff, you know. And you don't even have to be the race winner. But I tell you, man, so we'll be cheering all you guys on, man, and anybody you want to give a shout out to.
Yeah, appreciate it. Teammates, obviously, with Midwest Mafia. My guys over at Orange Speed, that's the bigger part of the team. FVP, they're on board with us now officially. Obviously, my kids were leaving me the hell alone.
10-4, man. Well, it looks like we're getting ready to go qualifying, so I'll let you go ahead and get set and get ready for that. And good luck. And you were down in the were you just in the regular truck chat?
Yeah, just a truck chat there with Randy.
10-4, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Okay, folks, and Ross, along with everybody else, getting ready to get going. Nathan Cogdell is still on track, and I think he's the only truck on track at the moment. And server's about to roll over, so we won't have time to grab anybody else right now. But excuse me, we'll go ahead and wait for everything to roll over here. And there we go. Server's rolling over, and time to go qualifying. Let's see who makes their way out here onto the track. And Ross Phillips, I think he is the first one heading on out. A 10-minute session, 2 hot laps. Phillips the first one out of the gate, and of course, you know, virtual qualifying, so everybody's probably on track right behind them. There's Randy Sally making his way out. Let's see, Justin Rodden heading on out onto the track. With Nathan Cogdell, he's now just getting up to speed. Ross Phillips will be the first one come around here. He's just now starting his first of 2 hot laps. Now, it's a 10-minute session, of course, of being a small field. Now, who knows? They might even advance the session a little early, perhaps, you know, being as it's a smaller field, but we'll see what happens. Making his way down the backstretch here. Coming around to complete lap number 1. Let's see what Ross starts off with here. And he kicks it off with a 41.130. So far, the only time on the board. And he just got bumped by Jesse Calloway. 41.015. The number 9 moves into that provisional pole position. And let's see, Nathan Cogdell just slotted in at the P3 position. 41.054. New provisional pole setter Randy Sally with a 40.868. And I think Ross should be, I guess Ross is, he's finished his qualifying, and he did get back up to the top. We'll see if he had picked up in 40.443. Nick Gardner currently in that second position, 40.667. And making his way down the backstretch. Phillips is done qualifying. Nathan Cogdell, he just finished his second hot lap. He improved, but he was second, just got bumped to third. Justin Rodden went to provisional pole with a 40.443. And here comes the 16, Nick Gardner. He improves his time, but not his position. He's still in the P4 position. Keith Prince showing in P6 there with 40.758. And here comes as Brett Summers. He's got his first hot lap on the board, 40.973. And he might be the last of the lappers here. Nobody else is on track right now. Keith Prince is still on track. I think he's wrapping up his second hot lap here. Currently P6. Let's see if he can move up the order here. As he crosses the line, does he improve his time? And looks like now he may have already done his 2 lap times, because I didn't see anything there. And Brett Summers, 7th quickest, 40.816. He improved his position 1 spot there up to the 7th position. And Keith Prince is still out, but I think he's taking advantage of the because it's qualifying. Even after you do your 2 qualifying laps, you can still turn laps as long, you can't, once you go into the pits, you're locked in there. But Keith Prince did a few extra laps there. So it looks like he'll be starting in that 6th position. Now, we're only 5 minutes into the 10-minute qualifying session. So not sure if they're going to grab anybody else. Actually, I'm not sure if we'll have time to grab anybody else. We might see here. Hold on a second. Let's see what we're going to do. It doesn't look like everybody's in the same channel, so they may be just waiting for things to get ready to get going here. So we'll go ahead and let's grab Brett Summers and bring him up here real quick. Hey, Brett, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
What's up, Tony?
Hey, man, I tell you, and I guess y'all have y'all just letting the qualifying session count down to 0 before you go ahead and roll over to the race session. But yeah, man, how you feeling out there for the track tonight?
It's loose. It's loose as hell out here, Tony. I'm gonna try to hang on to the thing and save some tire. It's gonna be a long one, 115 long laps here, and obviously it's a challenge, very similar to Chicagoland. So really hoping to be patient and come home with the gold.
10-4, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
I got a lot of folks watching. Shoot, the Elmers, Bushers, the Gillettes. My wife will let me do this. Colin Havland over at Boston Web Marketing, Tom Gussler, Debbie Gussler. Appreciate y'all supporting, and let's go bring this thing home.
10-4, man, and so we'll. It looked like you got about 3 minutes to go. I was just checking the webcam, making sure that's working, and so yeah, say hi to say wave to everybody. We got it up and running.
Let's go! Cheers, everybody! Come on, it's been a good show going on.
Man. So we'll go ahead and I'll let you get focused on the race and stuff. So we'll talk to you later, buddy.
Appreciate you.
What you in down in
dialed in.
Dialed in racing, absolutely.
Tony, that's the plan.
Yeah, 10-4, man. We'll talk to you later.
Appreciate it.
Okay, folks, getting ready to get started. Let's go ahead and pause a moment for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, folks, it is time to go racing here, and the trucks are lining up on pit road. Boy, it's a beautiful night for racing. Nice and cool there. 65-degree air temperature. Winds are a little gusty at 7 miles an hour. Now, they're running the 4 sets of tires, the one faster pair. They have 2 green-white checkers attempts, and they'll be taking a stage break at lap 40 of 100. I believe it's actually 120 laps. That says 118 there, but well, you know, I had to restart my thing and I didn't save it. My bad. So that's but that's where we're at. So now we're getting ready to get rolling. Let's take a look at that starting grid, and if I bring the right thing up on the screen, Justin Rodden got that pole position. Ross Phillips second, Nathan Cogdell third, Nick Gardner in the fourth position, Jesse Calloway fifth, Keith Prince sixth, seventh is Brett Summers and Randy Sally starting in that eighth position. And we're going to keep the championship 5 up in the upper right-hand corner. And in the over to the left side, you'll see the top 5 running in the race. So you'll see where they are, all the championship contenders in relation to where they are in the race. Two of your championship contenders right there. Actually 3 in the top 4 there. Justin Lawton, Ross Phillips, and Nathan Cogdell on that 00 machine. Nick Gardner not competing for the championship, but he's come here to race, folks. Pace cars down on pit road. Need a green flag. We got it, and we're racing for the final time this season here at Auto Club. And they race down the backstretch. And boy, there goes Ross Phillips right into the front. He said he was enjoying this racetrack, and he's trying to come around and lead lap number 1. And he does lead lap number 1. Boy, they're mixing it up behind him there. There's Nathan Cogdell. Now moving on, he's battling door to door there with Nick Gardner down the backstretch. Keith Prince and Jesse Calloway right behind him. Rodden already out to 0.2 of a second gap between these 4 right here battling. Jesse Calloway, there's a 7. Brett Summers up on the high side. Justin Rodden in front now. Starts lap number 3. Of 115. Okay, so it was 115. I thought I saw in there somewhere where it was 20. I think they must have corrected that. So now Justin Rodden, he's leading lap number 3 here. Ross Phillips. And boy, Nathan Cogdell right there. Boy, look at the 16, Nick Gardner. Keith Prince taking a look down on the inside, moves past the 16. And these guys, boy, they're going to be racing here close together all night long. It looks like Brett Summers, he's kind of just chilling at the back there because he knows that it's a long race. Of course, they're racing to that stage break there. Everybody's a very tight pack, and that's of course no surprise. Justin Lawton continues to lead. Boy, Ross Phillips up there trying to put the block on the 03 there. Keith Prince. Prince sticking to that higher line there. Now they're starting to space out just a little bit there. Nathan Cogdell back in that 4th position. Justin Lawton way up high, and Ross Phillips down on the inside trying to see if he can get a run on the 01 there as they come down to the line here. But it looks like Lawton will hold on as they start lap number 6. Phillips going to try one more time, taking that low line down there. Keith Prince, they got about 5 lanes that they can work with, a lot of room to run. riding on board here with Nathan Cogdell. You can see all the lanes that they have to work with. Nice big wide track here, California. Everybody's choosing the line that is working the best for them. Now, obviously, this thing could have, being a small field, it really could go green all the way. So, hardly any break for the drivers at all. And then, of course, that'll have us thinking about green flag pit stops and thinking about fuel mileage. Like, what kind of fuel mileage are these guys getting? Because, right now your leader, he's pretty much setting the tone. Setting the pace at which these guys are going to race. Ross Phillips very close to getting that lead. He just about has it. Rodden just barely a nose ahead. The 5 trying to get it. Hasn't quite got it just yet. And now he does, and he half a truck length as they go down the backstretch. Oh boy, can he hold on to it though. Justin Rodden fighting back on that high side, trying to keep more momentum going there. But it looks like Ross Phillips will finally get up. He slides up in front of the 01 there, and he will cross the line as they start lap number 9. I thought it was going to be number 9. But I tell you, these guys are battling pretty hard. And Keith Prince, he is right there with them. He's been sticking with those top 3. That's Ross Phillips definitely taking a very different line than a lot of the other drivers. But he not losing too much ground though. He's hanging right in there with them. Right behind, a little bit of separation between them and 4th place Nathan Cogdell. The leaders going back and forth. I mean, they're right now they're just neck and neck. Going down the backstretch, Rodden and Phillips. And Prince, he's kind of like just calmly, he's just sitting there watching it all unfold. Nathan Cogdell a little further back. Now he's got Jesse Callaway for company there. Nick Gardner's right behind them in the 6th position. Brett Summers in the 7th spot. Randy Sally a little bit further back in that 8th position. Keith Prince, you kind of get the feeling that he truly is just cruising along here. Should be racing to lap 45 for the stage break. As far as I know, they're still having that stage break. No one, I didn't hear anything saying that they weren't. So I'm thinking that they probably still are. And behind him, Nathan Cogdell. Boy, I tell you, Jesse Callaway, he is putting a bit more pressure now on that 00, and Nick Gardner also now kind of getting into the mix there as well. So definitely 2 different races going on here. You got the front 3, and then this is the 2nd pack right here. Keith Prince starting to lose a little bit of ground to the top 2. He's kind of like in no man's land there right now, in between Ross Phillips, Justin Rodden, and then Nathan Cogdell and company behind him. And they're starting to close in a little bit more as well. Brett Summers, he's still hanging back there a little bit, and because he knows they're going to lap 45 anyway, so. Randy Sally, he's still in the hunt there, but he's laying back a little further. But Ross Phillips and Justin Lawton, they're still lead up the front. Phillips now getting, looks like he's getting into a good groove here. Phillips, he's trying to, I'm sorry, not Phillips, but Justin Lawton. Looking like he's trying to maybe take another shot there at the number 5. Now it looks like he got about almost 0.3 of a second. That's a good, I'd say at least maybe 2.5 truck lengths there between the two. The field is still relatively close together. Randy Sally, he's a bit further back. But you know things are going to get, you know, these guys will really be getting up on the wheel after we get past that stage break. And it'll really be, you know, time to cut loose then. Cogdell still being hounded by Keith Prince and Nick Gardner. Gardner looking like he wants to take a crack at the number 3 there. And now 17 laps complete of 115. Keith Prince, he's managing to hold him off just barely. Well, I tell you, Jesse Callaway, he's getting really mixed up in there now, folks. He's trying to decide, do I stick on the bumper there of the 3? Keith Prince is sticking to that high line. Nick Gardner now to that 4th position. Trying to see if you can get a little pressure there on the 00, Nathan Cogdell. And Ross Phillips, he's opened up a 0.7 second gap on Justin Lawton in the lead. Coming to the line, starting lap 19. He's probably, I would say he's in a comfortable place here. And they're coming around now, though, putting a good 20 laps. It'll be lap 20 when they cross the line. 20 laps on this set of Goodyears. And from what I can see, it looks like folks are racing along pretty good here. They are starting to space out just a little bit. Keith Prince, he's right there. There's Jesse Callaway. Brett Summers kind of working into the picture there. You know, he might have just been kind of sitting back and kind of just, you know, maybe trying to just conserve his resources, his tires. And he did say it felt a little slick out there. But as the race progresses along, the track rubbers in more. It may, oh, I started to say it'll tighten up the 9 there. Callaway, that was interesting. Gave a little wiggle there. Almost ended badly for him there. Well, I tell you, Summers was right behind him too. So thankfully for both of them, Callaway was able to reel that in. Boy, Brett Summers is coming up on the outside there, challenging for that 6th position. They're side by side going into turn 1. Callaway's going to hold on for the moment, but Summers on that higher line, a bit more momentum coming off the corner, drag race down the backstretch. He's got that 6th position now by about a truck length. Looks like he'll hold on to it, so put Brett Summers up to the 6th position. Callaway not done, still fighting as they come to the line, trying to hold on. Meanwhile, ahead of them, things are really, these guys are, it's like they started to space out a little bit, but now they're all really getting in close to it once again. Nick Gardner in that 4th position, Justin Lawton now falls to the 3rd position as Nathan Cogdell actually gets past him, moves into the 2nd spot. How is he going to be able to hold it though? And the gap between them and your leader, Ross Phillips, is just over a second now. While these guys are battling, Ross Phillips, he's trying to run off into the sunset here. And who's on? Somebody on pit road? Justin Rodden making his way down pit road, green flag pit stop for the 01. Coming down to his pit box here. Very, very long pit road here. You know he'll lose at least a lap here. He's still trying to get down to his pit box, and now just now getting it. Being the pole sitter, you got to go all the way down to the end, and you see the field coming out of turn 4. So of course, no, he'll lose that 1 lap. They'll be coming into the picture there. You can see him in the background now, coming along, 12.1 seconds. So I'm thinking. I was looking at the trucks on the track. Was that might have been just a 2-tire stop there, or it might have even been fuel only. Randy Sally making his way down onto pit road, making sure not to get a speeding penalty. So he's down to his pit box, and right, everybody else is coming in as well. Gardner, he's out. Callaway's out on track. Nathan Cogdell also coming in. Brett Summers looked like a race down pit road. Keith Prince right there behind them. So these 3 are, as fast as the pit road speed limit will allow them to, are racing their way down pit road. Coming down to their pit stalls here. Oh, somebody overshot back there. Who was that? Was that it wasn't Summers? Might have been. Couldn't tell who that was. Somebody overshot their pit box. Okay, Phillips, he's gone. 12.3 seconds. Nathan Cogdell, he's on his way out. He was 12.6. Summers was 12.6. Everybody's making their way back out. Now here comes Gardner and Callaway making their way down on the pit road. These are the 2 drivers in the field that are not competing for the championship. And they both look like they hit their pit box almost simultaneously. Here on lap 26. And they're both out. Callaway 10.3 seconds. Gardner 12.3. Randy Sally's in his pit box. This is actually the 2nd time Randy's come down pit road. So at the moment though, Jesse Callaway, he's your leader, and I think he's about to get passed by Ross Phillips, who's already up to speed, and he'll drive by the number 9 there. So Ross Phillips back into the lead position. And man, he's got he's about 4/10 behind Jesse Callaway. but they're really spaced out. Nick Gardner's a little ways back in that third position. Justin Rodden now in the fourth spot with Keith Prince in the sixth position. Nathan Cogdell sixth, and Brett Summers in the seventh spot. Everybody pitting between lap 22 and 25. Justin Rodden, he was the first to pit on lap 22. And so that after he pitted, he's slotted into the fourth position. Ross Phillips, he's got Jesse Callaway now, only a couple of tenths behind him. And I tell you, they're moving at a fast pace too, folks. They are not playing around. A little further back there's Justin Rodden. Got Keith Prince right behind him. Nathan Cogdell not too far behind. Brett Summers a little bit further back there. And Randy Sally, he's one lap down. I mean, he's still running, but he is one lap down now because he came in that second time around, and that put him another lap down. Brett Summers racing along here. His best lap was a 41.043, and that last one 42.213. Currently in the seventh position. Pretty much the entire field, first through seventh, all on the back stretch, and they're going to be catching the number 69 Randy Sally before too long. I'd say we're at lap 30. So we should be about 15 laps from the stage break. So everybody will come on down from that point. And get set up for the finale. Gardner about almost 0.8 of a second behind the two front runners there. Justin Rodden behind him, but 2.2 seconds. And Rodden, he's got Keith Prince for company there. That's a battle for position. Rodden in that fourth spot, Prince in the fifth position, trying to see if he can get that fourth position from Justin Rodden. So as it stands right now, Ross Phillips, he's your top contender. He's leading the race, and he's the top contender, the one in the highest position if the race were to end right now. And then next would be Keith Prince in the fourth position. Callaway and Gardner in between your first contestant and your second contestant. And just as I say that, there goes Justin Rodden moving past Keith Prince. Now remember, neither Keith nor Justin won a race throughout the playoffs, but you know, just their overall consistency is really what got them up here to even compete for the championship round. So they continue to battle. They're about 3.4, almost 3.5 seconds behind your leaders. We're on lap 34 of 115. Nathan Cogdell kind of just hanging up back there behind them. Meanwhile, up the front, Ross Phillips, that gap is, it had gotten up to 1 second, now 6/10. Jesse Calloway. Boy, Jesse Calloway and Nick Gardner, they're really having a good race here tonight. Running second and third at the moment. Across the line, start lap number 36, getting ever closer to that stage break. Now, of course, you know, on a normal race, you know, they have the bonus points and all that, you know, for leading a lap and all of that. But as far as the championship, well, none of that really matters tonight, because it's all about, as far as the championship contenders, who finishes in the highest finishing order. Whether one of them wins the race, or like say if Gardner or Callaway were to win the race, which one of the championship contenders finishes behind them, then that, you know, would be your champion. Boy, they're having a nice battle right here. Callaway fighting hard on that high side, trying to hold on. Nick Gardner fighting to get that. He's about half a truck length ahead of the number 9. And now they're going to race down the back stretch. Callaway trying to claw his way back. And now he leads, well, he's in second position, a half a truck length, 3/4 ahead of the 16. They go into turns 3 and 4. They continue to battle along. And of course, you know, like we've always said many times, while those two are battling, that allows whoever it is that's leading the race to kind of just get away even that much more. The gap now 1.3 seconds. As Phillips comes down now to start lap number 39. There's Gardner and Callaway, Nathan Cogdell back in that 4th spot. There's Justin Rodden and Keith Prince. They're about to mix it up back there, battling for the 5th position. We're continuing to race along. And right now, you know, it's pretty easy for them to, everybody just trying to keep their nose clean, and, you know, and having the smaller field, that really helps to keep everybody's car in one piece here. Because, you know, they have the one faster pair. And you definitely don't want to see anybody have to use that, but you know, it's there if they need it. We're now lap 41 of 115. Looks like Gardner, he's going to put a few truck lengths between him and Callaway, solidify his position on second place there as Phillip continues the race towards the stage break. He's getting a bit closer. That's Randy Sally. I was saying that they might catch him before too long. He's now getting rather close to the 69 there. And he goes on by there. Sally staying to the high side. Justin Rodden is caught up with a double zero. Nathan Cogdell. Looks like Randy Sally is down on pit road again. They continue to race along at lap 43. Keith Prince now kind of still there. There's Brett Summers back in the 7th position. That gap for Ross Phillips once again 1.5 seconds ahead of Nick Gardner. And I think some of that also happened because Gardner, he was battling it with Jesse Callaway for that. You know, usually when guys start battling for position, whoever that is that's in front of them, it does, because they're focused on trying to, instead of just running an optimal line, they're just battling, you know, moving high, moving low, whatever it is they have to do to try to get past the guy they're battling with. And they're not as focused on running.
The yellow flag is out.
And there we go, the caution flag out. And the stage is complete with Ross Phillips. He will lead them down to pit road. I'm sure everybody will be coming in to get tires and fuel. Nathan Cogdell, everybody now, they got to catch up to the pace car. And then pit road will open. He's still going around trying to catch the pace car. And let's see, pace car should be on the back. There he is. I'll pick him up on the back stretch there. And he finally made it. The whole field will come around now. Gardner pulling in there. There's Callaway, Cogdell, Justin Rodden making his way in. There's Keith Prince, Brett Summers. Where is Randy? Is Randy, is he not, did he leave? He might have, okay. He might have put it behind the wall there. Now showing him out, so he might have retired to 69 for the evening. Here they come down pit road. Whole train coming down pit road. Everybody making their way down. Oh, the 9 there, Callaway, he overshot his pit box, so that's going to hurt him there a little bit. Brett Summers, look, did he come in there a little? Okay, he looks pretty straight. For at the angle we were looking at it, it looked like he might have got in there a little crooked there and stuff. But let's see, where's Brett at? Let's see if we can grab him real quick here while they're under caution here, and get an idea of how the track is handling out there. And let me find him real quick. He's in Dialed In Racing. Hey, Brett, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
You got me? You got me?
Yeah, how are things going out there now? Is the track tightening up at all? I know you were saying it was a little slick before the race started.
Yeah, before the race, she was pretty slick, and long run there, based off of tire sets we had, couldn't really take any to split the stage, so was on old ones there, burn off half the rubber on the right front, so really just was a game of survival there till the end of the first stage. Definitely tightened up, however, and really hoping for a good endurance ending here.
Absolutely, man. And I can't, that stage racing, it's sort of like you know, you're like you just said, I guess you feel like you're just kind of just trying to make it to that point, and now you really you know, getting, you know, no pun intended, but getting dialed in to getting towards that checkered flag.
I love the pun, but yeah, now it's go time, honestly, and it's just a matter of keeping her clean and out of the wall with how tight we're getting on these old sets. So gonna try to conserve here, but obviously be aggressive where necessary, and try to get this thing up front.
10-4. You think anybody has taken like 2 tires at any point, or did you just take 2, or everybody's doing 4 sets?
I can't see, and I didn't hear my crew chief say nothing. I'm on a set of 4 right now, giving up all my strategy to everybody that's viewing. But no, I think 4 is a smart play here. Left side, excuse me, ain't wearing too much, but we'll see how it plays out at the end of the race. The fuel is going to be the question mark.
10-4. I'm gonna go ahead and put you back down the channel. Good luck, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
Appreciate you, Tony.
Okay, Brett Summers getting ready to get going here once again. They're making their way down the backstretch. Like you said, now it's you know, not that it wasn't serious before, but now we're moving now towards the second half of this race, and things are going to be getting cranked up here just a little bit. Pace car comes down onto pit road.
Green, green, green.
Got a green flag, and here we go. Racing has resumed here at Autoclub Speedway. Nick Gardner, Nathan Cogdell pushing to get to the front. These guys are not going to want that number 5 to just run off in the distance now. I tell you, Nick Gardner, he came to race, and so he's definitely battling with the 00 there. Nathan Cogdell at the moment. Justin Rodden in that 4th position. There's Brett Summers. Oh, and Rodden gets loose. A big wiggle. Oh, and there's Callaway, and that it did trigger a caution. He didn't get down off the racing surface in time. Looks like he's pretty much okay. Okay, I take that back. He got a little damage on that right front, and I think that was just basically the guys getting a little loose there. Let's go back and take a look at that, and we'll see what happened. And now Callaway, he's racing along, and you see Justin Rodden already getting sideways, and I don't know if Callaway, he almost piled in. It looked like he just did graze. Yeah, he did graze the 01 there, and I think that's what got him going. And he's like, no, stay off the wall. And in the back and the front just tapped the wall a little bit. And then he just kind of, from there, he's headed down to the infield and trying to lock it down. And he was still on the racing surface long enough to trigger that caution flag. So we are cautioned here right after the restart. And it looks like Keith Prince We saw both Callaway and Rodden coming down. They may burn their faster pairs. Keith Prince decided, you know what, I'm going to just come on down too. He wasn't involved in it, but Justin Rodden, now his truck looks pretty good. Callaway is the one that has a little bit of damage. We'll see if he uses his faster pair. As he gets down to his pit box, so we overshot a little bit. Yep, and one faster pair coming up. Looks like he's getting at least right side tires. Looks like he'll be getting a full set. And he's down and away, 15.8 seconds on the stop. So now they have to reset and start all over again. They're pretty much where they were before. Brett Summers now looks like he'll be restarting in fourth. I imagine he'll be on the outside of that second row on the restart here. I think they should be getting the one to go this time around. Making their way out of turn 4. Everybody's back off the pit road. I wonder what of course, you know, they went to 45 laps. I didn't think to ask Brett about the fuel, or was that a concern or not? And it sounded like he was more concerned about the tires more than anything. Lights are out on the pace car, so it'll be lap 53 on the restart. And so technically that's our second caution. First one was competition caution for the end of the stage break. Only a handful of laps from what will be considered the halfway point. About, say, lap 57 and a half. It will be technically the halfway point of the race. It's Philip Gardner, Cogdell, Summers, Rodden, Prince, Callaway, and Sally in that order. Making their way now out of turn 4. Pace car should be coming down any second now. There he goes. Waiting for that green flag.
Green, green, green.
We got a green and restart once again at Autoclub Speedway. And Cogdell picking up right where he left off, trying to get past that 16 and stick closer to that number 5, Ross Phillips. Brett Summers, he's ahead of Justin Rodden. Rodden getting away better this time. Both him and Keith Prince. There's Callaway. And boy, man, they're close going down the backstretch there. Callaway kind of moving around, trying to find the best position he wants to be in as they go into turns 3 and 4. Callaway might end up splitting those two. Ross Phillips out front once again, almost 3/10, not quite. He's getting there. Nick Gardner once again, very strong in that second position. Cogdell now getting up on the wheel. Brett Summers there right behind him. Trying to find some clean air. Looks like oh, look at Justin Rodden down on the inside. He moves down. Cogdell throws the block down there. They race down the backstretch. And Nick Gardner is now your leader. He moves ahead of the number 5. Boy, they're really duking it out. Brett Summers up on the high side. Moving, he's into that 3rd position. Oh, and boy, but the 5 moves right up in front of him. He crosses over. Brett Summers now into that 2nd position. Nate Cogdell, man, boy, these guys are going to be going at it. Nick Gardner trying to hold on to that lead. And boy, I tell you, these guys are going to be duking it out. Ross Phillips back, shuffled back to the 6th position. Now coming around, they're on lap 57 of 115. Man, such a tight pack of racing here. It almost kind of feels like you know, like a Daytona or a Talladega or something. But they're not lined up like they would be like drafting, because there's so many different lines that you can take through the turns and coming off the turns and whatnot. Keith Prince now looking on the outside there, Justin Rodden. And meanwhile, Brett Summers, he has moved up into the lead ahead of the 16 of Nick Gardner. He'll be coming around. Looks like he'll lead lap 59 as he crosses the stripe. And like he said, boy, some really fast drivers out there, folks. Gardner fighting back on the inside. Keith Prince, how about Jesse Callaway? He's still in the mix as well. Coming around to start lap 60. A little bit past the halfway point now. And it's Nick Gardner, Jesse Callaway. They were chasing Ross Phillips, and Ross, it's amazing how your fortunes can change. Ross Phillips had been leading the way all the way up through to the stage break, and now finds himself mired back in the pack here, battling with Nathan Cogdell there for position. Does get ahead of the 00. Keith Prince, he's nestled right in there, right behind the top 3. I mean, you're watching all these guys putting on a great race here. Even though there's a couple that are not battling for the championship, all these guys are showing championship level performances out there tonight. You know, some of it may be like, you know, I don't know how many races that Gardner and Callaway, maybe they missed a few races. You know, it can be anything. It just didn't have the points to, or, you know, of course you got to have that racing luck too. Because once it all shakes down to 5, only 5 can get in there. and that's pretty much how that deal goes there for sure. They're continuing to battle. Nick Gardner now up the front there. Now Gardner, he was, let's see, Nick Gardner actually would, like, say when they started the round of 16, Nick Gardner was slotted in the lead position. I don't know if he was, he might have been, I'd have to go back and look at the actual points, but he made it into the round of 16, and that's actually where he got, that's as far as he advanced in the playoffs. Jesse Callaway, he also got bumped out at the end of the round of 16. And everybody else has just been battling along to get to this point here. Gardner once again at the front. Look at Ross Phillips fighting his way back up to the front. Got Brett Summers up on the high side. Phillips spent a lot of time at the front. And, you know, everybody now is gunning for that lead position. He moves up in front of the number 7. With the Callaway down on the inside as they come down to turn 3 and 4. Gardner and Phillips, we've seen them going at it earlier in the race. Door to door. Coming down to the stripe, it's still going to be Nick Gardner, who leads starting lap 65. And Ross Phillips trying to just ease his way, trying to see if he can ease his way once again. It looks like he's going to get it. Oh, not quite there just yet. He's trying there, folks, trying to see if he can get there. And boy, I tell you, they are right there. And now he's half a truck length, and looks like he might get it. And he moves into the lead. Gardner's not done with him though. Taking that low line there. And he will basically almost like a crossover. And Gardner moves back into the lead, but Phillips is right there. Brett Summers, he's not too far behind there with Jesse Callaway. Keith Prince also. Everybody's just, you see how everybody's really sticking closer together now. There's no more time to be playing around here. Gardner now on that inside line. And we saw the number 5 doing that earlier, right near the start of the race, taking that type of line going into the corners, going way deep into the corners. But he found a lot of momentum coming off of 2. It managed to stay ahead of the 16. And Brett Summers and Keith Prince, boy, they are right there too. So I know they're feeling good right now of where they're located at. Starting lap 68. A little bit of space now between Summers and Nathan Cogdell. Well, he's got his hands full there with Keith Prince here at the moment. Jesse Callaway and Justin Rodden. That's starting to tick away. And I'm thinking you'll probably see one more green flag pit stop if everything stays green. And I predict that they'll have probably one more green flag pit stop. Now, of course, they have the 4 sets of tires, the set they started with, plus 3 additional sets. And we saw 2 or 3 trucks come down on pit road on that second caution after the stage break. And some folks did take tires. Now, whether or not they took tires, I'm wondering who was that pitted? I think it was it Justin Calloway and maybe Justin Rodney and Keith Prince, I think maybe it was. But they pitted 3 times. And I know at least one of them got some tires. It makes you kind of wonder, though, didn't they? If they just had restarted the race from the stage break, and part of you would think, why would you get tires immediately? Unless they spun or locked them up, they might have flat spotted them or something, so they might feel better getting a fresh set on there. Ross Phillips now back up to the lead, and just holding on to that lead, not quite 0.2 of a second. Nick Gardner in that second position. Brett Summers, he's in 3rd spot. He's leading the rest of the field behind him, but they are losing a little bit of ground to the number 5 and the 16 here on lap 71 of 115. Justin Calloway been having a very good race here. And right now he's actually in the same spot where he started the race, in the 5th position. It gives a little bump there to the 00. Nathan Cogwell still able to keep him behind at the moment. And we got Keith Prince coming down on pit road here, lap 73. So here we go, folks. I think this may be the start of the green flag pit stops here. Could be the final green flag pit stop of the evening. Making his way on down to his pit box. And boy, these green flag pit stops, they really got to be fast. And let's see, right side's on, left side's coming around, and get the left side tires. And Gardner's also on pit road, topping that thing off with fuel. Long pit stop here. Oh my goodness, long pit stop for the 3. I don't know if oh my goodness. Something's not going right for Keith Prince here. He's on pit stop on pit road too long here. Don't know if he may be serving a penalty. He might have got caught speeding, folks. The other folks are coming down. Prince is still sitting there. Oh, that is not good. There's Brett Summers in his pit box, getting tires and fuel. Left side's going on there. Now they're going on. Ross Phillips just coming in the pit. He's down and away, 14.4 seconds for Summers. Ross Phillips, he pitted from the lead. And now Keith Prince also finally left his pit box there. That was a long stop for Keith Prince. That actually, unfortunately, put him 2 laps down. One of your championship contenders, that's going to make it very difficult for him to get back into contention. Phillips now into his pit box. And mind you, this is all green flag racing here. It seems so quiet because the field is small, but everybody came into pit road almost the same time. And we see okay, he's exiting the pits there, 14.7 seconds. Here comes Cogdo and Justin Rodden right behind him down on the pit road. Callaway, he's your leader. And now he had pitted back on lap 50. He needs to, he's going to have to come in again. It goes by Ross Phillips. But I think, Phillips now just got him and Brett Summers. they're now on the tail end of the lead lap. At some point, Callaway will be coming down to pit. Justin Rod, Nathan Cogdell just exiting pit road there. Nick Gardner in the second position. Both Cogdell and now Cogdell's 1 lap down. Prince is 2 laps down. And they're still waiting for Jesse. They're basically waiting for Jesse Callaway to pit to complete the cycle because now Callaway, well, you know he's gonna have to come in the pit, and there he comes now. I don't know if maybe he was hoping for maybe a caution or something like that or what, but making his way down pit road. And as he does that, now that will cycle now Gardner. He's on the back stretch. Callaway making that long trek down pit road to his pit box. He still has yet to get there. So now he's getting service there. Callaway will come around and assume the lead. That'll move him, Ross Phillips, Brett Summers, up in the order. Callaway now, as soon as he passes him, now he's into the lead position, and Ross Phillips and Brett Summers right there behind him. Brett Summers looking on the high side, trying to get a run on the 5. Oh boy, Phillips moves right there in front of him. We saw him do a neat little crossover earlier. Did not try it that particular time. So now they're racing to catch the 16 of Nick Gardner. Gardner pitted on lap 73. Phillips and Summers, well, Phillips pitted on lap 74. Brett Summers pitted on lap 73. In 4th place, Justin Rodden pitted on lap 75. And Jesse Callaway, you know, we just saw him pit there, 77. There's Nathan Cogdell. He pitted on lap 75. So everybody very close in the order in which they pitted. But Ross Phillips now, he's still duking it out with the 7 there, Brett Summers. And we saw what happened before when Ross Phillips was leading and guys were battling behind him for position, and he started to run away with it. If they're not careful, Gardner could possibly do the same. Looks like Summers, not Summers, but Phillips is, he's trying to get away from the 7. Brett Summers is not getting up. I mean, he is fighting them tooth and nail. And, you know, they're actually gaining on the 16 of Nick Gardner. Great day. I mean, they're turning some serious lap times now here, folks. Nick Gardner trying to keep these 2 at bay. Will find it quite the challenge here on lap 81 of 115. Phillips now solidly into that 2nd position. And Phillips now moves into that lead spot. Comes to the line to start lap number 82. Brett Summers trying to see if he can mount an attack on the 16 there. Now Keith Prince, he's 3 seconds behind these 3 here. And he's dealing with Justin Rodden. There's Justin right there. And actually, Prince, he's actually not dealing with it because Prince is not on the lead lap, so that's not a battle for a position. And Cogdell running in the 5th spot. He's 7 seconds behind your leaders. Callaway. Now that is a battle for position there between Callaway and Cogdell. But up at the front, it is Ross Phillips leading the way ahead of Nick Gardner and Brett Summers. And this race is, championship race is ticking on by here. And we've seen Nick Gardner, he'll mount a good attack and a good battle. We've seen him do it a lot earlier in the race. And I'm wondering if his truck is better on long runs or not. And because it looks like at first that Phillips might get out there and start inching away. But Gardner's trying to reel him back in here. Summers just trying to hold on, not lose contact with the two front runners. Still have a bit of a ways to go here, but I'm kind of thinking, yeah, they're probably good fuel-wise as well to make it to the end. Now, if anyone were to spin and be a caution or anything like that, probably going to see everybody dive down on the pits and get the final set of tires, I would imagine, if that scenario were to happen. So, yeah, we'd have to see what happens there. Top three battling. Justin Rod, there he is, battling. And now, like I said, that's not a battle for position with Keith Prince. And looks like the whole group has kind of gotten broken up here a little bit, because a little bit further back there's Callaway and Cogdell in the 5th and 6th position. And you can see on the track map how the field has gotten broken up into basically 3 groups here. Cogdell in that 5th position. Right now he's showing just about, call it 7 seconds behind your leaders, around lap 87 of 115. So I tell you, he'd have a lot of work to do. They're trying to see if he can make it up. A caution would change everything, and I don't see it happening. Phillips now 3/10 ahead of Nick Gardner. Gardner not really able to close in on the 5 this time around. Brett Summers, it looks like he's losing a little bit of ground. You can see that's where your top 3 are right there. And then there's Justin Rodden. Basically, he doesn't have it, even though he has Keith Prince behind him, that he's not in any danger of losing that 4th position. In fact, he has a healthy gap between him and the 3 anyway. And there's no reason for them to be racing each other super hard anyway. There's Cogdell and Callaway, and that is a battle for position. But at this stage in the championship race, I know they don't mind having that battle, but they'd rather be having it right up at the front. But Summers now 7/10 behind Nick Gardner. Now let's see, is Gardner, is he pulling in on Phillips? His gap is 0.3 of a second. There he is right there. Let's compare some lap times here, and let's look here, see if we can bring up, and oops. Now Phillips, he's been, I'm gonna take that, let's see, take this off. We don't need that right now. You can see now Phillips, he's been quicker every single lap by a few tenths of a second every lap. So Gardner's trying to get there, but that gap now, it's up to almost half a second, and you can see how Ross Phillips is just you know, he's just slowly starting to pull away. You can see how Gardner is slower each lap. Not by much, just like I said, a few hundred, I said tenths, I meant hundredths of a second. He's been a few hundredths of a second quicker every single lap. But I tell you, the 16 is keeping him honest, that's for sure. And he's been marginally quicker than Brett Summers as well. Slowly starting to open that gap up. In fact, the gap is 1.2 seconds now between Gardner and Summers. And somebody's on pit road. Looks like it's Ross Phillips, actually. He is coming down pit road with 23 laps remaining. And okay. Because you know they did the first stint, the 45 laps. And but he's coming down now, and interesting. I actually thought that they would go to the end, but he's getting tires and fuel. He's going to lose a lap in the process. And you know, we saw this earlier in the week, 15 seconds flat there for Phillips. And well, I tell you, I saw in another broadcast earlier this week, and somebody rolled the dice and tried to go, you know, to the end. Of course, there were some other things happened that changed the outcome of that race. But now you got to wonder, is Gardner and Summers, you know, it may not be a question of the fuel, it may be the tires. We didn't mention, remember Brett Summers did say he had burned off his right front tire, I think at the end of the stage break there. And somebody else is on pit road. It's the old one there, Justin Rodden. So more cars or more trucks are coming down pit road here. So Gardner, he's still in the lead now. Of course, every driver that pits, they're going to be a lap down. And it's only 21 laps to go. So even if you start losing performance, I don't know, unless the fuel is an issue. I didn't hear, we were talking to Summers at the break, and he was talking about the tires. He didn't mention anything about the fuel, and that was a 45 lap stint. So I mean, I don't know. It seems like simple math to me. Like, you know, when you look at the stint lengths here, let's bring those up. They did, a lot of guys did stop. They went 25 laps. That's what I'm thinking. It was a 45 lap stint to the stage break, but just about everybody did pit. So I stand corrected. And who knows, maybe that's their maximum with the fuel. As for safety, going roughly 25 laps. So, you know, there may be one more green flag pit stop in this for everybody. Gardner continues to run first, Summers in that second position. Jesse Callaway in the third spot, and there's Justin Rodden. He's got those fresh tires, and Rodden is one lap down, and he just blew by those guys, and he's still a little ways. They're about 5-6 seconds ahead of him. Gardner and Summers. 18 laps to go. Do you pit? Do you have to pit? Does the fuel dictate you have to pit? Or are your tires going to let you down? Because he's really not that far away. Look at how the gap is closing between him and Brett Summers. And they may have to pit just to get some fresh Goodyears on and have enough laps left to battle with Justin Lund. You know, this is gonna get interesting here. And I see Brett Summers. He's coming in right now, folks. In fact, both Gardner and Summers peeled off and coming down pit road, and with 18 laps to go, and Keith Prince also coming down pit road. Things are going to get very interesting. Now that puts Jesse Callaway and Nathan Cogdell up at the front, but I would imagine they're most likely going to pit as well. Everybody's down in their pit box now. Now where's Justin Rodden? He's coming out of turn 4, and he's going to leapfrog these guys. And let's see, they're in. There's Summers making his way out. Where's, who am I looking for? I'm looking for Justin Rodden. Just went past the 7, just went past the 16 into the 4th position. Second place, Nathan Cogdell down on pit road. That leaves Jesse Callaway. So Cogdell's on pit road. That will elevate Ross Phillips up to the 2nd position. Callaway is most likely going to stop. Justin Rodden is behind him. And boy, I tell you, he is, but he's 7.5 seconds behind Ross Phillips. And Nick Gardner is in the 4th position, and Brett Summers in the 5th position. So now we're waiting. Did this happen before? Was it the 9 of Callaway that went a bit further? Because we were waiting for the entire field, the cycle to complete, and so he stays out one more lap. Now 14 laps to go. You have to kind of wonder. Now his gap between him and 2nd place Phillips is 27 seconds, and he doesn't stand a chance. I don't think he could make if they only did like 20-something laps, or in that first stint before the stage break was over. Was that tires or was that fuel? And because I almost don't see how in the world. Now here he comes now. I was about to say, I don't see how he can make it on fuel. I just didn't see that happening. There's Ross Phillips going into turn. He's on the backstretch actually, and Callaway making his way down pit road. So I tell you, Ross Phillips, he's in a good position right now, folks. He's in a very good position. And he's coming around, and he will inherit the lead position as he streaks on past Jesse Callaway, who's on pit road, putting Ross Phillips up to the lead with 13 laps remaining. Callaway now just exiting pit road. Justin Rodden just streaks by into the 2nd position. Jesse Callaway just gets passed by Brett Summers. So Callaway falls to the 5th position. And let's see. Brett Summers, he pitted, him and Nick Gardner pitted on lap 98. Justin Rodden pitted on lap 94. Ross Phillips on lap 92. So his tires are 6 laps older with 12 laps to go. Summers, he's 9.5 seconds behind Nick Gardner. He's 6.6 seconds behind Justin Rodden. Is about almost like 6.4 seconds behind your leader, Ross Phillips. And there's the 16 there. Nick Gardner moving into that second position. So that's a battle for the second position. But I tell you, but they're like, now they're all the time to cycle around. They're actually 6 seconds. They're like 6 seconds now. And Ross Phillips, boy, talk about being free and clear. And no pressure whatsoever. You can even see it on the track map where he's hitting turn 3, and the closest competition is in the middle of the backstretch. So Ross Phillips, he went into this saying that he enjoys this track, and track was feeling good to him out there, and all it takes is a driver feeling connected to the track and to the truck, the setup working good, and it can make for a difficult evening for everybody else involved. So now 10 laps remaining. Justin Rod in that third spot. Nick Gardner, that battle kind of been broken up now. In fact, he's definitely pulling ahead of Rodden over a second now, ahead of the 01. Brett Summers back in the 4th position. It's still about a second and a half behind the 01 of Justin Rodden. 9 laps to go. 7.7 seconds behind your leader, Ross Phillips. Keith Prince now the only one not on the lead lap. Randy Sally, I believe, put the 6.9 truck behind the wall a little earlier in the race. Oh, my bad, folks. Sorry about that. My finger hit the pause button. Let's look around the track here. Where's Nathan Cogdell? Now, there he is with Jesse Callaway, and they're still battling for positions. And unfortunately, it's not the positions they want to be battling for. Not 1st and 2nd, but 5th and 6th. And Callaway, I tell you, they both were up the front. Callaway, he was really mixing it up with the leaders there for a good little while throughout the race. And I don't know if it's the pit strategies. Now, we did see somebody, I don't know who it was, somebody along the way overshot one pit stop. Now 7 laps to go. Justin Rodden still in the 3rd position. And Brett Summers trying to close in on the 01 truck there. Summers now still 6.2 seconds behind your leader, Ross Phillips. You know, it is when you're chasing to get to the front. You know, each guy you pass it's almost like a little bit harder because the competition just gets stiffer and stiffer as you get towards the sharp end of the field. And this particular field is almost like a double-edged sword. It was sharp at both ends because, I mean, every guy out here, you know, I think pit strategy more than anything, just the way the pit stops have fallen here tonight, and it is just Some guys that might have made a little bit better call. I don't know. You know, possible. They decided, okay, if we stop here, this will put us out at such a position on such a lap. Gardner in that second position. He's 2.6 seconds now ahead of Ross Phillips. So Phillips still has a healthy lead with 5 laps remaining. Gardner isn't, he has closed that gap down. It was 6 seconds, now it's 2.5, and you can still see that gap coming down. Now, for Ross, he would still be the highest finishing championship contender, barring something funky happening, even if Gardner were to win the race, and that would still win him the crown. But you know, 4 laps to go. You know, I think Ross Phillips is trying to go out in style here, folks. Take the championship and the victory. There he is, and there's Nick Gardner. And, you know, and Nick, he just wants to run a race. They all come here to win. None of them come here to finish second, third, fourth, whatever. And they all want that top spot. Now 3 laps to go. Time very quickly running out here. The gap now 1.3 seconds. Nick Gardner trying everything he can to try to catch Ross Phillips. It's getting to be darn near impossible at this point. He's going to come down to the stripe. It'll be 2 laps remaining. And there he is, and there's Nick Gardner. He is trying to reel him in. 1.1 seconds between him and the number 5. If he's going to catch him, he's got 2 laps to do it. The battle is on for the race win here. Gap now just slightly under a second, 0.98. Ross Phillips, he's coming down, crosses the line. The white flag is in the air for the number 5, Nick Gardner, not too far behind. Can he close up 9/10 of a second in 1 lap? That's an extremely tall order there, folks. Brett Summers in that 3rd position. Justin Rodden not too far behind in 4th. Nathan Cogdell a bit further back in the 5th spot with Jesse Calloway in the 6th position. Keith Prince still racing. And now on the backstretch, coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time this season, coming to the checkered flag and the championship, it will be the number 5, Ross Phillips. Ross Phillips, your season 4 champion. And he was feeling pretty darn good out there today. And definitely enjoying the racing out there tonight, enjoying that track. Time to do a little celebrating there. Making his way around here. The 9 there. Jesse Calloway coming up to offer some congratulations. And boy, I tell you, power slide off at turn 4. Right down onto the logo. Time to light them up. And so we'll go ahead and get, let's see, let's get your top three into the booth here. Now we'll put Ross Phillips up there, and we want to get Nick Gardner and Brett Summers. Summers is there, and who are we looking for? We're looking for Nick. Where is Nick at? There's Nick, and we'll bring him up there as well, and we'll hop on down there with him. Okay, folks, we're here in Victory Circle with your top three, and we're gonna go in reverse order this time, and we're gonna speak with Brett Summers first. Hey, Brett, you got a copy?
I gotcha. What's going on?
And I tell you, man, it's been a long season, man. I tell you, and you've been fighting hard all season, and just didn't quite work out tonight. But boy, I tell you, you were really giving it your all out there, man. Congratulations on a great season and finishing on the podium one final time in this season.
I appreciate that, Tony, and you guys at Race Motorsports. Y'all done a hell of a job this year broadcasting and giving the fans something to watch. Yeah, just simple as coming up short. I hate being the first loser in the points, but obviously congrats to Ross and JT finishing 1 1/3 the points here. Hell of a battle all season between those guys, and appreciate old Nick Lawrence hosting a hell of a league here, NASCAR East Coast Racing Series on Tuesdays, and Boston Web Marketing for being on the ride. It's been a fun season, but just little distraught. Hate being the first loser, but all in all, happy for a good collective season as a P2 finisher in the points.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations again, and I know you'll be coming back next season ready to go again.
You bet. One last shout out, old Bowden Racing, Nick Gardner, hell of a teammate all year. Hope to continue it on next year. So, yeah, we'll see you guys again in 2024.
10-4. Take it easy, buddy.
You bet.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, you got a copy?
Yeah, buddy, I got you.
I tell you, man, you put up a heck of a fight out there tonight. And, man, that was some great racing, man. I tell you, you just came out there to have fun, man. You know, it wasn't for the championship, but doesn't matter, man. I tell you, a race is a race. Congratulations on that second position.
Yeah, thanks, man. I was little bummed I wasn't able to make the playoffs due to real work situations, but
Right.
that doesn't stop me from coming out here and racing with these guys. I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into when I first joined this league, and I'm really glad I joined. I won quite a few races, and I had some really awesome battles with Justin and Nate and Ross, and I mean, all those guys have just been so fun to race. Like, we just give each other so much room, so much give and take, and I really love that. I really respect them, and I'm looking forward to hopefully making every race next season and race with them all year.
10-4, man. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, man. Just appreciate you doing the broadcast and everything. You do a hell of a job week in and week out. Really appreciate what you do. I've had you in other leagues doing broadcasting, and you just continue to knock it out of the park, man. And I like to thank Nick for putting on this league, and he's doing a great job. I love how it's full of strategies, and it's just full of different things, and gives a lot of different drivers an opportunity to win, which I think make it really fun,
Absolutely.
And I congratulate Ross on the championship, and most importantly, my teammate Brett. I did everything I could to give him advice to help him out tonight, but still proud of the team effort.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations again, and good luck next season.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
And before we speak to our championship winner, we have I see Nate is in the channel here with us, and he has been the league sponsor here, Sonic Graphic Design, and we're gonna take a moment and speak with Nate there. Nate, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
I tell you, man, and I tell you, congratulations. It's been a rough season, and real tough battles all season long. Man, I tell you, you've been battling everything from internet, just like myself, and trying to stay on track, and got to the championship round, man. But I tell you, man, there's been a lot of beautiful cars and trucks out there this season, and congratulations on getting it into the championship round here.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I think COVID was my biggest battle for tonight. So we'll try it again next season, I reckon.
10-4, man. Well, you hang in there, buddy, and we will talk to you later. And now, Ross Phillips, our championship winner here tonight. And, man, congratulations. You said that you enjoyed the racing. You enjoyed this track, and you definitely proved that here tonight, man. Congratulations on the championship. I tell you, it's been a heck of a season, man, and you made it to the end. Congratulations, buddy.
Appreciate it, Tony. Yeah, this season's been absolutely amazing. I mean, I honestly, I can't put it into words. I mean, this league is absolutely amazing. You know, it kind of sucks a little bit that we lost quite a few people about midway through the season. A lot of people started dropping off just due to own personal reasons, and then several fell off just because they didn't agree with some things. You know, it sucks, but this league's amazing. I mean, what Nicholas is doing is absolutely amazing. You know, we love the broadcast with everything. Tonight's race, man, it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I am appreciative for Cogdale having the HIV, or Rono, whatever he called it. You know, because that boy's bad fast at this track. I mean, absolutely fast. You know, I worked with him a little bit. I think it was Friday night. He was trying to test his internet and all that, see how he was doing, and we got some good laps in and all that. But then I saw Brett and Nick start working together, and I knew they were teammates, and I thought, we're in trouble. And I thought for sure Brett was going to hang right there next to me the whole time. You know, everybody gave plenty of room, plenty of respect. It was amazing. Probably the most fun racing I've had in a minute. And I'm not going to lie, I thought them two were going to start checking out on me, and then I just 2 laps in a row, I said to hell with it. I was going to drive it down into one as hard as I absolutely could. And it went and it stuck. And then I just said to hell with it on the outside of Brett and hammer down in 3 and 4 and just kept it rolling. So,
absolutely. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, my boy Randy with Midwest Mafia. We got a couple other teammates, and a couple of them don't really show up that much, but Randy's been there. You know, he's a day oneer. I've got another team, Orange Speed, that helps me with a lot of things. I race with them on Tuesday nights, if anybody or not Tuesday nights, excuse me, Monday nights, if anybody wants to come over there and run a free league with a lot of great people in it also. It's called VSRL. We race on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. Thank you for putting this on. I mean, almost the entire season. You've done a hell of a job, man. Hell of a job.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it, man. And I tell you, we enjoy the racing, man. And I tell you, it's it's good to see guys get out there and just duking it out and lap after lap after lap. I mean, and that second caution was almost a surprise, you know, and you know, you just, you know, sometimes you come to expect that to have so many green flag laps, and having a smaller field, that probably made it tougher on you too, because you know that, man, everybody's going to be getting up on the wheel here all race long.
Yeah, fortunately, I'm extremely good at saving tires here. I don't know what it is. I am. But, you know, this entire group of guys that was here tonight, no BS, just all season has just been phenomenal. You know, of course, there's been a couple of little tiffs between a couple of us here and there, you know, and others, but all of them are fast and respectful, man. They're fun to be around week in and week out. I wish we could do it more and more days of the week, but you know how it goes. Personal life.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And hey, man, you're racers, man. You're gonna have a little bit of warrior in you, and you know, things ain't gonna be sunshine and, you know, and happiness all the time, you know. But that's the way it's gonna be, you know. Like I said during the broadcast, everybody comes here. Nobody comes here to finish second, third, fourth, or whatever, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's and you guys obviously enjoy racing with each other, man. And so congratulations once again. Was there anybody else you wanted to give a shout out to?
No, just like I said, you and you know, the biggest shout out of all goes to Nicholas. I mean, for putting this thing on. I mean, without him in this league, you know, none of us would have a place on Monday, or what is today, Tuesday? And everything backwards. I'm so excited, and I'm feeding my fat face with pizza right now.
There you go. Well, congratulations again, man, and you know, and go enjoy another slice of victory championship pizza, and we'll you know, you guys. I know you guys will be ready to go, and I guess would be season 5 if y'all come back with the trucks, or unless you switch to something else. But congratulations, go celebrate, and see you on track.
Yep, we'll see you next season, buddy.
All right, buddy. Okay, folks. Well, that is it. And I tell you, let's go ahead and we'll just bring up the results of the race here. And of course, Ross Phillips, your winner and your championship winner for the season. Nick Gardner second, Brett Summers third, Justin Rodden fourth, Nathan Cogdell fifth, Jesse Calloway sixth, Keith Prince seventh, and Randy Sally in that eighth position. And well, I tell you, it's been a heck of a season, like you said. And thank you everyone for tuning in as always. And like, share, subscribe, and always click that notification bell so you'll know every time we go live. And so for the final time this season, for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.